Good morning, or good afternoon. I mean, good evening. It could be really any time of day as far as we know right now. So, Kid Carson, welcome to Social Media Strategy.
Okay, I was going to say, what is the name of your show? Like looking at your eyes roll.
I was actually thinking that, like, what is this going to be called?
Should have been the Jared Vaughn Show.
Welcome to the Jared Vaughn Show, Kid Carson. And we are here with Kid Carson from the Kid Carson Show at kidcarsonshow.com.
Fantastic.
Is that actually your... do you have a website?
I do have a website.
Perfect.
Don't go there. It's not updated.
So tell me about yourself.
I'm a radio host. Been doing morning radio in Vancouver for about maybe 15 years or so. And that's pretty much it. I've kind of bounced around the dial at different radio stations. I'm most famously known for being at a radio station called The Beat 94.5 for a long stretch of time. And now I'm at Z95.3 in Vancouver.
Excellent. And you record your show from your own studio, which we're at today. Yeah,
that's not a usual situation for radio hosts. Normally you would do the show live at the radio station's studio. But I really wanted to do my own thing so I could use the studio all day long and record podcasts and do other things outside the normal radio show.
So you've been a content creator effectively since the beginning of your career. Before social media was a thing, I guess.
Yeah, like that's kind of a newer buzzword, content creator.
Wow.
I never thought of myself as a content creator till this very moment, but thank you.
I mean, on your LinkedIn profile, it might be something you want to add.
Yeah, I guess. The hashtag would help get more traffic. But you're right, it is content. I mean, it's just, it's funny how now audio content has become a thing again, where for a long time, it was really just about video was the big thing online. So now that podcasting has exploded, there's a lot of attention on audio with the rise of like podcasting and smart speakers at home and wireless, earbuds now with the Apple AirPods, and it's really bringing audio to the forefront again. So it's kind of cool to be in audio, where now I can play outside the box of what I've been used to for my whole career, which is just coming in and doing a live radio show.
Yeah,
well, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad you said earbuds. I feel like just to pay tribute to one of our favorite movies of all time, Airbud.
I'm proud to say I haven't seen it. Proud.
I think it was about a golden retriever.
Yeah,
so.
I can see the DVD cover in my head before Netflix.
I think he played basketball.
Yeah.
So when you look at your followers, why do you think people follow you?
Mostly for companionship. I think really is. I actually, I think about my job, and it dumbs down to my job is to distract you from the terrible traffic while you drive to a job that you probably hate. And if I can distract you for 40 minutes, if I can distract you better than the other radio stations in town, the other morning shows in town, then I win. So my job is just to kind of keep you company. And, the way we distract you from the horrible commute is to bond with you, build a relationship with you. And the way you do that with someone is to be as authentic as you can and try to connect with people. So we try to bring in stories that we feel will resonate with people. We try to share pieces of ourselves that will make people feel close to us. And so basically it really boils down to my job is to go on the radio and be as vulnerable as I can and for people to feel comfortable with me.
So how do you translate your vulnerability on the radio onto Instagram, for example?
That is tough. And I have a hard time with that because I'm not comfortable being on camera.
Right.
I'm never a guy who people always say, I guess you want to go on TV next. People always believed radio was like bottom of the barrel, like a stepping stone, to get to TV because that's where the glamour is. TV is glamorous and awesome.
I mean, you're effectively a dancing monkey just here to entertain us.
Right. But I don't feel comfortable on camera. I never have. And so social media for me has been a challenge because people are expected to put the camera on your face and kind of do the walking and talking thing. So I kind of do once in a while. I'm trying to come up with a strategy now on how I can be more effective on social media and get my face on there more. But, it's not something I'm totally at ease with.
Do people tell you that you have a face for radio?
All the time.
Is that an old?
They laugh hysterically.
Like that's the first time.
I've never heard it before. Yeah.
Wow, you're such an original comedian. There, you should be on my show.
And I laugh with them. I don't want to make them feel bad. Right.
I mean, you are a nice guy in general, right?
Thank you.
I do know that about you.
Thank you. I have another one fooled. Good.
So when we look at kind of how you post online, you effectively post. Instagram is your channel right now. Is that right?
Yes. I have Instagram. I have Twitter. Twitter's boring. My main focus is Instagram. And I kind of use Instagram to... Sorry, am I going to answer? Are you going to ask me a question?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I was going to say, like, I use Instagram just to try to lure people into my radio show.
Yeah.
When I was between radio gigs, I basically used it to keep a little bit of a connection going.
Yeah.
So, as you know, here's me at the park with my kids. Here's, you know, this and that, just to let people know I'm still alive.
And that's where we met, at a park with your kids.
That's right. I was probably Instagramming.
Yeah, you were Instagramming, and I was like, why is there a criminal over there with tattoos Instagramming in a park?
With a kid.
With a kid.
Oh, wait, it's his kid.
Oh, and his name is Kid. This is getting weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so when you think about the content that you're going to post on social media, what is the process, or do you go through a process? Are you thinking, I'm in the moment, I'm going to post this, or are you thinking, I need that type of content because I haven't posted something like that in a while? Like, what goes through your head?
Yeah, I don't have a real great strategy, to be honest. I just kind of accept, I think, okay, I want to show a different side of me. Lately, it's been really, since Instagram really came out, which was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, is about the same time that I became a dad. So before then, I was just a, you know, single idiot running around town, dating a bunch of people and going out and staying out late and drinking until 3 o'clock in the morning.
A real class act.
I'm really glad Instagram wasn't around at that time. So once I, you know, grew up and got married and had kids, then Instagram came out. So I'm like, wow, this is great. I can now showcase a different side of me that people are just kind of learning about. Like, hey, look at how cute my kids are, and, you know, doing that kind of a thing. So
yeah.
I guess I just I use it now to show a personal side of me that we don't get to show all the time on the radio.
Right. And I think that's really valuable, right? For people to see, like, who actually is this voice that we hear, you know, and in days of old, people would only know your face when they see a bus ad or something like that, right? Now they can actually see who you are, engage with you, comment, ask questions.
Right.
So how do you deal with, you know, comments and questions and things like that? Are you like a responder? Do you answer questions? Do you like posts from your followers? Like, how do you engage?
I try to answer comments, the questions, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't actively go out and seek other posts and like them.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually hate doing it. If I wasn't on the radio, I don't think I would really partake in Instagram.
Really?
I would probably use it for what it was originally intended for, which was to stay connected with family and friends.
Oh,
so I would just follow maybe a handful of my friends and family and post stuff that just they would see. That's if it was just, if I didn't need it.
Yeah.
But because it's become a marketing tool for even the average person. Everyone wants to be popular.
Yeah.
Almost everyone is like their own PR agency with their own Instagram account. Yeah. I try to just respond to questions. The busiest part for me is answering the DMs.
Right.
So people will comment and I'll go in and write a quick little, you know, quippy reply and put an emoji on it and like a comment.
Yeah.
To show that I'm engaging and whatnot. But then the DMs is where you go in and you just have pages and pages and pages.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like a full-time job.
Right.
Like people are asking all sorts of things. And, you know, it's difficult to keep up with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Okay.
And I feel, and I have this guilt.
Yeah.
If I miss a comment, like I think if you don't respond to someone within a few weeks, Instagram just deletes it.
Oh, really?
I think in the request, if you haven't approved them, it goes into a separate request folder.
Right.
And if you don't get to it in time, it just goes away.
Yeah.
So sometimes a whole chunk or a whole page of people will just disappear because it's been a few weeks, and then I feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when I was coming up in radio, I remember emailing a few of my heroes and them never writing back to me.
Yeah.
And I was crushed.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you don't have time to write back to a fan?
Right.
You know, so I never want to give someone else that feeling. So with social media, you really open yourself up to, like, hey, man, if you're going to have a page, you need to invest the time to respond to people or else they're going to lose interest in you.
Right.
And it's also a great chance to build loyalty with people. So, anyways, it's a lot of work.
How much do you think your personality has an effect on you feeling guilty about not responding? Because I would say, if I were to describe you, I'd say, like I said earlier, like, you're a nice guy, you're a caring person, and you are, like, authentic. And so,
thank you.
When you meet, you know, different people, you certainly don't get that sense from everybody. And then so that's who I see you as. And then you say, I feel bad if I don't respond. You know, does your personality play into that?
I know people who don't really take it seriously.
Right.
Or people who are doing kind of like the fake authentic thing online.
Right.
Because it's very trendy right now to be authentic.
Yeah.
Ever since Dr. Brene Brown came out with her big famous TED Talk about authenticity.
Yeah.
And she was on Oprah. Now everyone wants to be authentic. And because being authentic now shows that you're brave and courageous, and it's actually a symbol of strength to be authentic now. So a lot of people are playing that game.
Right.
But it's too exhausting to be fake authentic.
Right.
So it's so confusing. What am I supposed to do?
It's very hard to keep up these days. So when you think about your following, do you intentionally build a following, or are you just kind of like, you know what, who likes me is going to follow me?
You need to intentionally build one. I haven't had to intentionally do that yet, except for people have just kind of found me by me mentioning on the air, like, hey guys, follow me on Instagram. And, you know, we'd kind of get people on the radio to follow the Instagram, and then people on the Instagram to follow the radio, kind of going back and forth. Right. But I'm trying now to come up with a plan to do that. Yeah. Which, you know, basically my plan coming up is to, when I have influencers on the show, pardon me, to give them a package of, here's your appearance on the show. Here's the audio. Here's a cool little branded Kid Carson show thing for your Instagram stories, your Instagram, you know, posts. And then they can take that and share that with their followers. So if I interview someone who's got 50,000 followers, great. They can show it off to their fans, and hopefully a couple of those will trickle over to me. Yeah. So I am trying to build it so that I can build whatever platform I'm on, whether it's a radio station or a podcast or whatever it is. I
didn't get one of those packages. Is that because I just don't have enough followers?
I don't have the packages yet. Don't worry. It's coming. I'm just actually this week trying to put something together.
I was feeling offended.
Getting some, I have a logo, but not much more than that. Right. So I need some like proper branding. Yeah. You know, it's hard being on the radio because you're normally just using your voice and that's it. Yeah. And you're depending on the radio station normally to put all the branding together. Yeah. But when you're kind of doing your own thing and you're on podcast, you have to sort of assemble your own people that can do these things for you. Right. Which is new to me. Yeah. So I'm still learning. Yeah.
You started using a new text messaging service. Do you want to explain a little bit about that and how that's actually going for you?
Sure. So there's a new trend now where influencers are getting numbers to use, like just text numbers. And there's a company out, it's called Community. And so they've kind of become the texting service to use. And a lot of the celebrities like J-Lo and P. Diddy and most famously Gary Vaynerchuk, who's like, you know,
Marketing king.
He's the king of social media. He's an incredible guy and an inspiration to a lot of us trying to get in the social media game. So Gary V is a big promoter of this new texting service. And so I was lucky enough to get on board. There was like a 90,000 person waiting list to get in. And luckily the guy who worked there used to live in Vancouver and recognized my name and got me in. So I'm really excited. I'm kind of new to it. It's only been a couple of weeks. And the reason that I'm excited about it is because there seems to be a problem with celebrities who gain these huge followings on a certain social platform. Like, for example, let's take Instagram. If you're Justin Bieber and you've got a gazillion followers on Instagram, well, then Snapchat comes out. Okay, well, now Justin Bieber opens a Snapchat. Yeah. But not all of his followers are going to follow him to Snapchat. Yeah. It's not feasible that everyone would follow him. So he gets maybe 70% of his audience on Snapchat. And then TikTok comes out, and you know, not all of his Snapchat audience is going to follow him over again. Yeah. You always lose a little bit. So as you keep switching over to a new platform, you lose people, and then you're trying to send a message out to these people, and you're hitting all these different platforms, and it gets very confusing. And so this is how it was explained to me by this texting company during my onboarding of using the service. So the great thing about texting is that it's never going to not be cool anymore. Texting's probably here to stay. Right. Instagram in 5-10 years, will it be gone? I mean,
probably.
A lot of them just kind of disappear. So I like the idea of having this kind of intimate relationship back and forth with people. So, and the cool thing, it's very sophisticated. So I can send, once you sign up, which you just basically text me once, it automatically replies saying, hey, thanks for joining fill out these couple things, your age, where you're from, your name, and a couple little easy questions, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then from there on in, my listeners can text me whenever they want. Hey, kid, what's up? And, hey, I like that thing this morning. Or I can hit them up. And it's neat because I can just send a message to only the women, only the guys. I can say, I want to send this text just to guys who are between 20 and 25, women who are over the age of 40. You can kind of break it down.
Yeah.
And there's like a million different ways to create subgroups within your fan base, which is really neat.
Yeah. So you can target like based on demographics or geographics or different segmentation variables.
Yeah. So I can say to just my fans in Toronto, not that I have any, but if I did, I could say, hey guys, I landed in Toronto this week.
Yeah.
I'll be live at Lululemon on Yonge Street. Come join me. And the cool thing about text messaging is that unlike Instagram, where you have to be kind of in platform to usually get the message, you have to check your DMs and whatnot if you have notifications turned off. Text messaging, they literally get a buzz in their pocket. And I think the stat is like 90% of the people on your in your text group will open and read your message within 3 minutes.
Right. Wow.
So I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a really cool segment on the air, like I'm giving away $1,000.
Yeah.
I can text my text club, I call it right now, and say, guys, go to Z95.3 right now and we're giving away $1,000 in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be bzz, get a buzz, go, oh, great, and tune in. So I can kind of use that to gather listeners for big events on the radio, which is kind of fun.
And I guess especially because your radio show is just not on the radio, it's also playing on Spotify and Apple and your app and everything like that. So even if I'm not in my car, I can then get on board and listen.
In. Yeah. It's fun. I can take a great interview that I was really proud of for the week. And I do this usually on Fridays. I'll take my favorite interview or favorite segment and I'll just text it out to my team, my listeners in my text club.
Right.
Guys, if you missed it, this was my favorite moment of the week. I just text them the link.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
kind
fabulous.
of fun. Or I can take a selfie and just, text it right to their phone.
So this brings me back to kind of an earlier comment that you made where you said you have a hard time keeping up with DMs. Doesn't this just amplify the problem? Because now someone can just be like, hey kid, what's going on? And now you're expected to respond.
I know. What have I done? What have I done? I know. I'm kind of hoping that I can train my fans to, if they want to get a hold of me and get a response fast, that they will leave the DM in the past and move into this new realm of texting.
So this is easier for you to manage.
It's much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool because I'm still learning how to use it. But if let's say 50 people all ask the same question, there's like some kind of technology where it'll bunch those all into one section, and then it'll allow me to respond to all those people with one answer.
Right.
So it's kind of neat. I can respond individually, or I can respond in chunks.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be much more efficient than responding to DMs.
Right.
So I'm told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I think that's really interesting. You're on the leading edge of that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky.
You are.
I'm lucky to I don't think anyone else, and I don't think any radio personalities have that yet. It's just kind of one of those things that celebrities have.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of lucky that I got to be one of the first movers.
Yeah. I mean, I could have put in a good word for you, but you didn't really ask. So I guess the way you went about it was okay.
Guess what? Jared's going to have one by tomorrow. Kid, I've got one now too. We will not text message each other through regular text message. No, only through the special
only
app.
Through community.
Yeah.
All right. It's been great chatting with you today. I appreciate all of the information you've shared with us.
Awesome, man.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
An honor to be on the Jared Vaughn Show.
And thank you for joining the Jared Vaughn Show. Signing off. Good morning, Canada.
Good morning, Canada.
Is that how you do it?
Sounded good to me, man.
Okay, perfect. All right.